Stop smoking right now if you don't want your blood sugar to spike and diabetes complications to hit you instantly. This isn't just an empty warning. Many medical studies have shown that just one cigarette can cause a sudden jump in blood sugar. For a healthy person, this is already dangerous, but for a diabetic patient, it can be the last straw, triggering immediate complications like heart disease, kidney failure, or a stroke. Welcome back to the Dr. FICO channel, where we always strive to bring you medical knowledge explained in simple, easy to understand language that is also incredibly important. This knowledge isn't just for preventing disease, but also for keeping your blood sugar, heart, and every blood vessel in your body healthy. In many people's minds, smoking means lung cancer or chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD. The image of lungs blackened by smoke is all too familiar. But what few people know, and what even many diabetic patients have never heard, is that cigarette smoke can cause blood sugar to rise within minutes, and over the long term, it destroys the body's entire ability to control insulin. There are many cases where patients say, "I've avoided sugar, limited white rice, and taken my medication, but why is my blood sugar still all over the place?" And when the doctor asks more questions, they discover that the patient still smokes a few cigarettes a day. This is the missing piece of the puzzle that makes all their efforts to diet and take medication meaningless. A study by the American Diabetes Association, ADA, shows that smokers have a 30 to 40% higher risk of developing type 2 diabetes compared to non-smokers. And if you already have diabetes, smoking doubles the risk of complications affecting the heart, kidneys, and eyes. This is a number that cannot be ignored. How smoking wrecks your body's sugar control. Every time you inhale, thousands of toxic substances flood your lungs and spread throughout your body in the bloodstream. Among them, nicotine is the most dangerous culprit. Nicotine acts like an alarm, forcing the adrenal glands to release stress hormones, adrenaline, and cortisol. These two hormones make your heart beat faster, constrict your blood vessels, and, most importantly, tell your liver to release stored sugar into the bloodstream to provide instant energy. This is why just a few puffs of a cigarette can cause your blood sugar to spike. For a healthy person, the body can still rebalance itself. But for a diabetic patient, who already has an insulin deficiency or insulin resistance, blood sugar will stay high and won't come back down. This is the reason why many patients see their blood sugar go haywire even if they only smoke a little. Smoking doesn't just cause immediate harm, it also silently damages the body over many years. Nicotine and the toxic chemicals in cigarette smoke stick to the blood vessel walls, attacking cells and causing the body to fall into a state of insulin resistance. If we compare insulin to a key that unlocks the door for sugar to enter cells from the blood, then cigarette smoke is what makes the lock rusty and stuck. When the door won't open, sugar lingers in the bloodstream and can't get into the cells to provide energy. The pancreas has to work overtime, releasing more insulin, but over time it gets exhausted. The result is that diabetes progresses faster, is harder to control, and complications arrive sooner. A 10-year study in Japan showed that people who smoke more than a pack a day have 2 times the risk of insulin resistance compared to non-smokers, even if their weight and diet are the same. Cigarette smoke also creates chronic inflammation in the body. The toxins damage the inner lining of the blood vessels, causing them to gradually become hardened and less elastic. Instead of being soft like rubber tubes, they become brittle and narrow like old plastic pipes. At that point, blood pressure begins to rise. Blood has to flow through these narrow, stiff blood vessels, so the heart has to work much harder. For diabetic patients, who are already at risk for atherosclerosis, smoking is like adding fuel to the fire. This is why diabetic patients who smoke have a double rate of heart attacks, strokes, and kidney failure compared to diabetic patients who don't smoke. The danger is that the person smoking isn't the only one at risk. Secondhand smoke, the smoke that people around them inhale, is also full of equally harmful toxins. Children who are regularly exposed to secondhand smoke have a higher risk of metabolic disorders, belly fat, and type 2 diabetes. Spouses, children, or other family members living in a smoking environment are also more likely to have blood sugar dysregulation, even if they've never touched a cigarette themselves. A real-life example: Mr. Min, 58, has had type 2 diabetes for over 5 years. He takes his medication regularly and maintains a relatively good diet, but his blood sugar still frequently fluctuates above 10 mmol divided by L. When he came in for a checkup, the doctor asked him detailed questions and found out he still smoked a pack of cigarettes a day because he felt uncomfortable if he didn't. The result of his coronary artery scan showed a large amount of plaque, putting him at a high risk of a heart attack. The doctor explained, "All your efforts to control your diet have been undone by cigarettes. If you don't quit smoking, your blood sugar will never stabilize, and your heart could stop at any time." After that shock, Mr. Min was determined to quit. After almost a year, with the support of his family and doctor, he completely quit smoking. His blood sugar stabilized, and his heart ultrasound and cholesterol test results showed significant improvement. How to quit smoking? Quitting smoking is never easy. Nicotine isn't just a toxin, it's a powerful and addictive substance. It directly affects the nervous system, creating a temporary feeling of euphoria and relaxation that makes smokers physically and mentally dependent on it. This is why when people quit, many face intense cravings, restlessness, difficulty sleeping, irritability, and even increased stress. But the good news is that your body starts to recover in the very first hours after you stop. After 12 hours, the amount of carbon monoxide in your blood decreases and oxygen levels increase. After 1 to 2 days, your sense of taste and smell become sharper. And after just 5 to 10 years, your risk of cardiovascular disease and diabetes complications drops to nearly the same level as someone who has never smoked. This means that the sooner you quit, the more your body has a chance to be reborn. One of the easiest ways to start is not to quit all at once but to gradually reduce the number of cigarettes you smoke each day. For example, if you currently smoke 10 cigarettes, you can cut back to 8, then 6, and then quit completely. This method helps your body gradually adjust and avoids sudden shock. At the same time, try to replace the habit of holding a cigarette with another action. Drink a glass of water, chew a piece of sugar-free gum, or take a walk for a few minutes to distract yourself from the craving. Many people don't just smoke because of nicotine addiction, they also smoke because of a routine. A cup of coffee must be accompanied by a cigarette, you light up when you gather with friends, or you take a few puffs when you're stressed. To successfully quit, you need to change these habits that are tied to smoking. Instead of strong coffee with a cigarette, you can switch to green tea or plain water. Instead of sitting and chatting with friends in a haze of smoke, invite them to go for a walk, play a game of chess, or do some light exercise. When you find a replacement joy, quitting smoking becomes much easier. Your family is a crucial shield in the journey to quit smoking. A smoke-free home and the encouragement of your spouse, children, and grandchildren will give a smoker more willpower. In many successful cases, the patient quit because of a gentle reminder from a young grandchild. "Grandpa, please don't smoke anymore. I'm scared." It is this kind of love that is strong enough to make a smoker determined to quit. If quitting on your own is too difficult, you can absolutely seek medical assistance. Today, there are aids to help you quit smoking, such as nicotine patches, nicotine lozenges, or prescription medications that reduce cravings. Joining a smoking cessation program at a hospital or health center also gives a smoker the right environment and motivation to successfully quit. My dear friends, every cigarette doesn't just blacken your lungs. It's like a knife silently cutting into your liver, pancreas, heart, and every blood vessel. Smoking not only harms you but also takes away the clean air from your wife, children, and grandchildren, the people you love most. But health always has a chance to be saved. Quit today, and your body will thank you tomorrow. With just a little more determination, you will feel lighter, breathe deeper, live healthier, and most importantly, live longer to enjoy life with your family. Thank you for watching the entire video. If you found this content helpful, please remember to subscribe to the Dr. Fico channel and leave a comment below to share your situation.